couple of nights ago, I had a movie shoot, a film set, and it was here in Vegas. So I went out there. It was a late afternoon. Check call time at 5:45, and I already knew it's going to be a late night. So it went all the way till 2 o'clock in the morning. Had a fantastic time. If you can look at my Instagram on my artist page, I'm posting stuff there as by way of update. And I want to keep it separate from this channel in that sense, and keep the focus on why wellness. Your habits are all your habits is a reflection of how you conduct yourself and operate. So I knew that I'm going to be sleep deprived for the next few days. Like, my sleep cycle was going to be so off. Surely enough, my prediction was right on the money. And isn't it funny, but also very telling, that sometimes, most times, especially 40 and over, sleep is such a privilege. Sleep is such a beautiful thing. And sleep hygiene is so critical to your functionality and your mental health. At any age, but especially as you get older, because your body, your mind, your soul, you've gone through some wear and tear in life, right? And the recovery process, you need a lot more sleep. So I had all these really negative thoughts. Like, I posted 2 videos yesterday, and you can tell my energy is off on those. The way I titled it, I'm experimenting with titles right now, like long titles, all lowercase, just trying to see the difference, right? But my point is, I still showed up, I still walked. That's what matters, and that's the whole goal of why I'm doing these videos on this channel, so walk and talk style, right? But you can relate is that for about 2 days, the shoot was Wednesday, today's Saturday, so it's taken me about 3 days to get to this point of almost like 90%, like, whew, I'm a changed man this morning. I slept horribly the next few days because, one, that there's an adrenaline dump of doing what I love, the excitement of the movie that I was in, the scene. It's a brief extra, really. And but hey, a lot of people would kill to be in this situation, right? I remember when I came to Vegas in 2019 to shoot my video Chameleon, which is on YouTube as well. I remember sitting at the Stratosphere, and I was paying for my own production and everything, right? But then on the flip side, I saw a casting call taking place, and there was a audience there, and they were being told to cheer loudly. It was a commercial, and then drop it, and then cheer, like to create that hype, right? As a commercial being shot. I at that time said, man, I want to be in there. I belong in there. I want to do that. Guess what? I did that. Not only did I do that on this shoot, I did it at one of the biggest venues, one of the biggest movie productions, and one of the biggest renowned directors in Hollywood. Even though it's an extra, the fact that I got there and I fulfilled that, and there's more to come, that adrenaline and lack of sleep really effed me up, man. Really effed me up. I'm still smiling though. But see, my night anxiety crept in is because I couldn't sleep. I was scrolling more on social media. I was posting a lot more. I posted 3 posts, and then I'm, those dopamine hits and fulfillments. I'm guilty of all of that. I mean, just because I walk and work out and eat clean most of the time doesn't mean I'm not susceptible to some of these guilty pleasures. I'm just very much like you. There are moments when I dip, and in these last few days, I gave into my sleep. And when I gave into my sleep habits, meaning that I just deteriorated my sleep, it just completely collapsed, and I lost sight, and I failed to track it. I reached into a bag of mixed nuts with, cranberries, the coconut slices, the almonds and banana slices, and pecans, and there's some nice, those things. Although a handful, like a quarter cup, is about 160, 180 calories, maybe 200 calories, right, give or take. I almost finished half a bag because now my sugar cravings just went off the roof. Like, I couldn't put the bag down. So, which leads me to another point, is that I normally don't have those things in my refrigerator or in my proximity. I do have protein bars, which I think is the best bang for your buck. Why grab a Snickers bar or a chocolate Kit Kat when you can grab a protein bar and get at least 20 grams of protein? At least that's my reasoning. But do you? But I got this bag of mixed nuts just as a supplement for my oatmeal, just a handful, and I was doing fine. But these last few days, I killed that bag. And you can tie that directly to lack of sleep. Lack of sleep, the anxiety, the taper up the anxiety. I suffer from anxiety, of course, general anxiety. And to cure that and to feel better, I was searching for sugar. And once again, I proved to myself that if you're not sleeping first and foremost, all the workout that you're doing, all the wear and tear in your body, all the stress that you are enduring internally, it's very damaging to you long term. Like this has serious health consequences, if you know what I mean. And I'm not trying to sound dire. So I reminded myself that okay, last night I was up till midnight, scrolling and doing YouTube work, of course. And I run a couple of faceless channels. But I got caught up with just some really negative thoughts, and I started looking at social media profiles and looking at people that I shouldn't be looking at, meaning that my past, right? And then I started going down memory lane, and you know how social media is, like AI is really fueling a lot of your searches, right? And so then all of a sudden you start seeing these other faces that you don't really care for, that have zero meaning in your life, and you start drifting into the past and how things were, and he or she did this to me and that to me. I got really vengeful, like really spiteful, really angry, just out of nowhere. But you have to stay in those moments and be as present as you can to realize this is a bad habit. Something is not right. Why have I gone back to? Why did I take a few steps back? Even though I had the greatest time of my life. Aha, I got it. So that day after the shoot, I hit the bar. I had only 2 drinks, which is remarkable. And I didn't like it. Rum and Coke is one of my favorite drinks. I didn't like it. I hung out there at Caesar's Palace until nearly 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Uh, got home, was on such a high. I didn't sleep until 6 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 10 to go pick up my dog, running on 4 hours of sleep. Came back, more scrolling on social media, more excitement, more DMing people that I met, exchanging information and flirting, and also video footages, right? I got you, you got me, yeah, let's share and exchange, blah, 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 and excitement of meeting new people. And then we got the Formula One racing happening this week, which I'm cool off. I think it's a little overhyped. I mean, no offense to F1 fans, but it's once you get like your social media post and the selfie, I think most people check out. That's what I've been seeing on the live streams. So Vegas is not going anywhere. Vegas, you be Vegasing if you live in Vegas. You know what's up. So I spent these last few days really taking power naps, catching up on my sleep, being diligent about, uh, the blue light, and going back to the basics of adjusting my mental clock and really regathering and sorting out my thoughts and prioritizing what's going to move me forward with my goals, and then putting into perspective. 2024 is almost over. I've been doing so well. I've been so locked in. I have honored this winter arc. I've almost beaten it, really, because we're almost at the tail end of November here. So there's no dropping off. Like I said, this is a lifestyle. And sleep is something you need to pay attention to if you're not doing it, because that's going to dictate how the rest of your day looks like, your week looks like, and what you eat also. That it goes all hand in hand. And if you don't have that dialed in, folks, you're going to be a mess. Forget progress. Especially if you're 40 and over. I want to dial it in because it's harder. It's harder. So if there's anything you can control, is sleep. Sleep more. Sleep hygiene. Train smart, not necessarily hard, and walk a lot. All right. Until the next one, Mamba out.